Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. Welcome to a new DC live stream. I'm Matt Batiri from Breakout Solutions with my co-host Wasim Debussy. How are you, my friend?
Good, Matty. How are you? Good to see you again. Although I saw you a couple of days ago.
Yeah, which was the first time in, I think, 3, maybe 4 years, face to face.
Yeah, just before the pandemic. It's probably about 3 years now.
Yeah, that's right, guys. So we were at I was at the Bris Vegas 2.0 NFT event on Friday night, and together with Michael and Wasim on Sunday, we were at the Brisbane Roadshow or Crypto Roadshow event. It was really, really good. And we saw lots of new projects about to come out in Australia and internationally. We made lots of networking and lots of new friends. Sorry, we did lots of networking. We met a lot of new friends, met a lot of new cool individuals that, man, we can't wait to share we can't wait to share some of the projects that some of these guys are actually going to be coming out with. It's absolutely amazing. One guy is bringing out a credit card with your private key on it. We've got a couple of cool little other. Oh yeah, you've still got it, which is awesome.
It's right here. It's right here. So it's like a little metal card with a magnetic strip that is actually a hardware wallet. So it's a very, very innovative Bitcoin wallet that he's come up with. You get to swipe it, you put your password in, and you get to access your Bitcoin. You can also use it, or the plan is you can use it for payment. So you can go and swipe it and pay with your Bitcoin directly at the teller or the ATM machine or whatever it is, or the FBOS machine. So yeah, some really, really interesting and really cool projects coming out, which makes me even more bullish and more convicted about this space. There's so many great things and so many people out there working to make this all come to reality.
Yeah, and I think the biggest takeaway for me is I think all in all, I spent about 14 hours listening to people talk about their projects over the weekend. And for normal retail investors like you that are just dabbling into crypto, maybe it might seem like a bit of a boring event listening to a whole lot of things. But this is where we at Breakout Solutions, this is where we go out, we do the research for our clients, see what's coming, see what we're interested in investing in. We're going to get whitelist spots, early releases on a lot of these projects because we're going out there networking, and it's saving our clients a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of heartache, having to do the research themselves and sort of getting scammed in the process. So we're looking really forward to the next 12 months because a lot of these projects are either in the startup phase, the research and development phase, or they're in the final stages of development. And yeah, man, we had so much fun. It was really good to connect with everyone. We had a great dinner on Sunday night as well, just to break a bit of the weekend up. But yeah, apart from that, I had a blast. I know Wasim had a blast. Michael, the founder of Breakout Solutions, he flew in from Europe on Saturday night at 9 p.m. Got a 5 a.m. flight from Sydney to Brisbane. That's how committed he is in regarding to attending the event. He even did a 20-minute, I guess you can call it a bit of a talk. I was going to say it was a TED talk, but no, just a talk. And man, we can't wait to share some of these things that we learned and we discovered over the weekend. But for today, we're going to get straight into the live stream. Wasim's going to kick us off. We're going to go straight into news highlights. So Wasim, please take it away, my man.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, look, just reiterating what Matty said, we do a lot of research, and we're actually going to be bringing some of these people over onto the live stream to do some type of just some introductions, some interviews, and let you guys what's happening in the space. It's so exciting to see the things that are happening under the surface that many people don't know about. So it was a great event, and like Matty said, really, really enjoyed it. All right, now let's get started. First of all, a report has come out, which is a Crypto Ready Nations report. It's a report that's been coming out for a few years now. It comes out every year. And what these guys do, they look at all the different nations around the world and they assess how crypto ready they are. Now, last year, I think it was the United States that was the number one crypto ready nation. But this year they have been surpassed by Hong Kong, becoming getting 8.6 out of 10 as a crypto ready nation. And some of the things they look at in this report, and you guys can look it up online and whatnot. But things that they look at is crypto ATMs, crypto regulation and crypto laws. They look at tax laws. They look at all the different things. They look at how many crypto or digital asset startup organizations and blockchain businesses there are. They look at how friendly the country is towards crypto. And Hong Kong actually came out a number one with, I think it was like 2 ATM. No, it was like 8 something. What was it? 8 point something ATMs per 100,000 people. While America's got something like 2 ATMs per 100,000 people. Now, look, at the end of the day, we know that America has the largest amount of ATMs in the world. I mean, like 88% of crypto ATMs or Bitcoin ATMs are in America, but it is a much larger country. So, the number of ATMs per capita is lower than Hong Kong, being a smaller country. But things like their tax laws, like Hong Kong has really, really lax tax laws when it comes to crypto. You don't pay taxes on your gains and whatnot. And number 3 came in as Switzerland, and Switzerland is a very crypto friendly nation. They got some really, really good laws around crypto and about your taxes and how you can handle crypto. They even some of the towns in Switzerland actually they're looking at adopting crypto and Bitcoin as legal tender, as well as USDC and a few other tokens. So this is a great report to see where the world is going, and how many countries are moving forward closer and closer to adopting crypto mainstream. So definitely something, if you are interested in the adoption side, like I always am, look into that and have a read of that report. Next up, we have El Salvador still benefiting from big Bitcoin bets, says the minister or the finance minister. So El Salvador has gone under a little bit of heat lately, especially now that we're in the crypto winter. Some are saying we are out of the crypto winter and crypto spring, which we're going to talk about in a little moment. But basically, their finance minister has come out and said, well, no, we're still benefiting from moving to Bitcoin being legal tender. Even though on paper, they've lost almost $50 million in terms of their investment in Bitcoin. However, the benefits of them adopting Bitcoin as legal tender has had a huge effect on the country. They've got more people who have access to financial services. They've got a very large unbanked population over there. They're getting more and more foreign investment coming into the country because of their lax laws and their crypto positive laws. More and more businesses like we just set up over there. They're still working on creating Bitcoin bonds, which they haven't done at the moment because obviously the downturn in the market. They're also going to be building the Bitcoin city. So it's increased tourism. There's a lot of positive things happening. And one of the quotes that I really love that he said, which if you want to just scroll down a little bit, Maddie, he actually says, we're not going to have results overnight. We can't go to bed poor and wake up millionaires. Just a little bit further up. No, a bit further down. Just under the big quote. Yeah, right there. So it goes right there. We're not going to have results overnight. We can't go to bed poor and wake up millionaires. So he's obviously, understanding that's time in the market, not time in the market, and they're in this for the long haul. And like you guys know, I'm a big fan of Nayib Bukele. I'm a big fan of El Salvador and what they're doing with Bitcoin over there and how much they're helping their people. So it's good to see they're sticking to their guns, even though they have been criticized by bullies like the IMF and whatnot, who have told them to stay away from this. They stood their ground. They believed in what they wanted to believe in, and they're going forward and helping their people. So good on you, El Salvador. Next up, what do we have next up? Crypto hedge fund market. Oh, that's right. I mentioned that some people are saying we are out of the crypto winter into crypto spring. So this is a veteran crypto hedge fund manager called Mark Yusko, who predicted new Bitcoin bullish run. So he manages some crypto hedge funds, and he says that I argue and I will be arguing I have been arguing for about 10 days, and that we may not have seen the bottom, but we are starting to see more higher highs and more higher lows. And 3 of those is a bullish indication. So what he's saying is he's starting to see that we're probably moving out of the crypto winter into crypto spring. Now, it doesn't mean we're going to have a bull run very, very soon. He's suggesting that we could have a bull run, late 23, early 24, just before the next halving. So we're starting to see Bitcoin and whatnot start to turn around and start to see a bit of a pump. And he's starting to suggest that we are going into a crypto spring and things start to get out. We start to get out of the dark days. So good to hear that from some of the experts out there. Binance CEO, next one is Binance CEO, and he says that he sees the silver lining to the crypto bear market. Now, what CZ is saying here, if you don't know who this guy is, this guy actually lives 100% on crypto. He's sold all his property. He's a crypto billionaire, but doesn't even own any real estate. He actually lives in hotels and just travels around the world, has an amazing lifestyle, and he's the founder of Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange. And if you've been following us, we always give some Binance news and Binance updates. They just got regulation in Italy. They're working in Germany. They're really focusing on Europe during the crypto winter. But what he basically says in this interview or in this article, he says that the crypto bear market was good for crypto because during the bull run, it attracted a lot of speculators, attracted a lot of people who were just in it for the money and not in it for the technology. They're not in it for the cause. And now the bear market has washed a lot of these people out. And what we're seeing right now is a lot of genuine crypto enthusiasts and crypto businesses who are still building during the bear market. They don't stop. They don't go to sleep once the bear market comes. They know we're in this for the long term. And he's saying that this was a bit of a healthy reset. You washed out some of the bad actors. You washed out some of the bad projects. And now we can rebuild and get stronger and stronger again. Next up is, and I don't know if I can even say that, Gibraltar Minister says he's collecting Bitcoin for his kids' future. So Gibraltar is a British overseas territory, and they've had crypto-friendly decisions. They've been making crypto-friendly decisions since 2018. They regulated ICOs. They also had very friendly laws towards distributed ledger technology, and the country just being very, very positive towards crypto. Now, the minister, he's saying, goes, I don't spend it. He goes, I don't spend that. I don't spend the Bitcoin. Even though that some people are out there accepting Bitcoin, I don't spend it. I'm only collecting it, and I'm collecting it so that I can share it and give it to my kids. So also in August 2018, that country announced it's going to pay its football team in crypto. So it's a very crypto-friendly country. And even what we've seen is these crypto-friendly countries who understand what Bitcoin or what cryptocurrencies can do to the future of money, to the future of the financial system, they're not stopping because of the bear market. And this is why we do what we do and keep educating people. Like I did a podcast this afternoon, and I was just saying to people, look, you've got to spend time learning about this and getting involved, even if it's with a little bit of money that you have. You don't need a lot of money to get into Bitcoin. You don't need a lot of money to get into crypto. You just need to get educated and start putting money in as you come across it, or putting some of your wages aside, because in the next 5 or 10 years, it's really, really going to pay off. And this is the message that we've got, and it's the message that many other people are saying out there. All right, next we have
My turn. Stop hogging the screen.
Sorry, mate. When I get talking, I can't stop. This is a passion for me. I love talking about this stuff.
Alrighty, guys. We're up to the Twitter highlights. The first tweet today is from the Coin Bureau, or Guy.eth. Taiwan produces 63% of global semiconductor supplies. Conflict in the region is the last thing the world needs right now. So if you don't know what a semiconductor is, basically it's used in computers and electronic devices. So you'll find them everywhere. And if there's increased tension between China and the US, it could escalate, because Nancy Pelosi is talking about visiting Taiwan. So based on this tweet, the last thing we need is obviously conflict, because this is going to have a ripple effect in the markets, just like the Ukraine war. But it's probably going to be on a global scale, because it's got the two largest markets, the US market and the China market, and that's going to be recipe for disaster. Moving on to Mr. Peter Schiff. While fighting inflation will cause a severe recession, high unemployment, those conditions alone won't reduce inflation. They'll actually make it worse. To reduce inflation, we need positive real interest rates, very aggressive quantitative tightening, and massive cuts in government spending. So Peter's right. We might experience high inflation for years to come, and this is going to be really bad for the ordinary Joe and Schmo. And really, this could affect the poor and the middle class. And I think a lot of us are in that, poor and middle class. I'm pretty sure most millionaires aren't doing DC live streams every week. And even if they are, they're probably, they absolutely love it like us. But central banks basically want people to be slaves to the financial matrix. And, excuse me, and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies give us a chance to get out of the financial matrix. So we're taking the power away from governments and the current economic status that we've been, just brought up in, and we're trying to take the power back for the people. So hopefully, Peter is not right, but look, at the end of the day, he's a smart man and he's become a billionaire, not by just fluking things. So next tweet is from Chris Dunn. I keep only enough fiat to support my lifestyle and 3 years expenses in case I'll let you understand what that is, but it starts with something hits the fan. Then I convert all leftover fiat into assets that go up faster than inflation, always stacking BTC, equity and great companies, and land in drought-resistant areas. Keep it simple. So it's very simple strategy. He has 3 years worth of emergency funds. I don't have that much. I do 6 months. So hopefully you guys do have some cash on the side. I know that most Americans don't really have anything. I think it was like 40% of Americans don't have more than like $1,000 in their bank. So that's obviously not the best thing for them. But the key is to invest at least, 20% of your income every sort of month, and then try and live off the 80%. I'm sure you've heard the 80-20 rule. It works for a lot of things in life. That includes eating well and not eating well. But yeah, very interesting thought there by Chris Dunn. Next, by Altcoin Daily, #Bitcoin. They like to just always do #Bitcoin. And the image speaks for itself. Don't look at the all-time highs, look at the yearly lows. And it clearly shows that the yearly lows, year after year since its inception, keeps getting higher. So we've said this before on the DC live stream. If you invest in Bitcoin at any stage, you will at least break even in 4 years or be in profit, right? Because the Bitcoin, because of the Bitcoin halving, it works in sort of 4-year cycles. We thought that might have been disproven this year, but it seems like we're still keeping that trend. And right now, Bitcoin is still posting a higher high year on year, year after year of its lows. So that's really, encouraging. And especially now that we are technically in a recession, even though most governments don't want to admit it, it's really good to see that Bitcoin is still surviving through these harsh economic times. Last tweet by Ben Armstrong. Bitcoin is not in a recession. It's in a bear market, and it happens every 4 years, no matter what the traditional markets are doing. So, we just spoke about how, this happens every year. The crypto market works in 4-year cycles. This is obviously the first crypto winter where traditional markets are also in a recession. So the first time since the GFC in 2007, 2008. So we've said it before on this once again. This is a real test for cryptocurrencies. We're hovering around that $1 trillion market cap, global market cap for cryptocurrencies. That's usually the key for large investment firms and hedge funds to say, hey, this is an asset class we should look at. That $1 billion valuation is something that a lot of investors look at. So we're doing really well at the moment. And right now, we keep saying it's a great time to accumulate, to make generational wealth, obviously for the upcoming next bull market, I should say, in the next 3 to 4 years. So some really good tweets today. I'm going to bring Wasim back in to talk about adoption highlights. So Wasim, take it away.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Matty. All right. Awesome. Always good to see what's happening over on Twitter. So first up today, Brazilian Soccer Club welcomes first Argentinian crypto signing amid economic downturn. So as you guys know, in Argentina, they've been debasing the money. They've got a lot of economic challenges over there. Their money just goes down the drain. But what they're doing here is if one of their first Argentinian clubs has now signed an an agreement to get paid in crypto. So the exchange rate between the US dollar and Argentinian pesos is worsening, as we're saying. And this is getting all what's happening is where their players are now getting signed internationally. They were getting paid in pesos, their money keeps going down. So now what's happening is, these guys are allowed to get paid in crypto, even though Argentinians restrictions on the sports industry. They have Argentinian government aren't pro crypto. Okay, and we're seeing this with some countries who are experiencing hyperinflation. Turkey's the same; they're not pro crypto, but their people are still turning towards crypto. And this is what we're seeing here. Even though the government is against crypto, the people are still working towards or still adopting crypto. And now this is the first club that is now going to be paid in crypto, and they're going to get paid in USDC to preserve their wealth. So next up, we have Miami to offer NFT collection through the Time MasterCard and Salesforce partnership. So Miami was one of the first cities to launch their city coin, which is called the Miami coin, where people can pay their taxes and their rates and whatnot using that token. People can also pay some of their taxes and their rates and whatnot using Bitcoin. Now they're looking at launching an NFT collection. Now, NFTs are something that has started to dwindle a little bit during the bear market, with the searches on NFTs going down from 100 on Google down to 16. So even though I suppose the interest in NFT has gone down, a lot of people still understand the power that NFT holds and why, and where they could go. So what they've done is they've partnered up with 56 local artists to represent the 56 square mile area of the city, and they're going to issue 5,000 NFTs. And the holders will be able to get into the masterclass Priceless Miami program. Also, they get offering experiences, private tours, activities within the city. So they're really using it as a draw card for people to come in and be tourists in the city. Again, we're starting to see more and more larger organizations and even governments or local governments and even federal governments looking at crypto and saying, how can we innovate using this technology and service our people better? Next up is we have Funko and sorry, did I just skip that? Oh no, that's right. Despite the bear market, cryptocurrency adoption is rising in Minnesota. Now, I actually found this article quite interesting, because what they spoke about is about 5% of the US population is actually unbanked, and that's because some of these people in America, even though they're American citizens and whatnot, they have problems getting access to a bank, either because they're low income earners, they're migrants or whatever. But what they're showing here is even Minnesota, the adoption in Minnesota is on the rise, and even more and more businesses are accepting Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies as payment. PayPal's inclusion of crypto into their payment options has enabled the spending of over 2 million online merchants in the US. So even though people may not themselves accept crypto, things like PayPal and other services that convert crypto into fiat is allowing more and more people to spend their crypto across different services. And in Minnesota, they're saying that the purchases of clothes, food, and even accepted at Home Depot, and as well as Starbucks in the state, which shows that more and more people in Minnesota are using crypto for everyday things, which is just showing us that crypto adoption is happening all around the world. You don't have to be in a third world country. You don't have to be in a first world country. No matter where you are in the world, crypto is making financial services accessible to anybody around the world. And last but not least, Funko and entertainment powerhouse Paramount collaborate to release Avatar Legends NFT. So Avatar is an anime, I believe. I'm not an anime person, so if I'm wrong, please don't shoot me. I know a lot of anime people out there are very pedantic about the words that we use. So, but basically what they've done here is they're actually bringing out physical NFT. Well, they're bringing out NFTs, but they're attaching them to a physical product. So when you buy the cards, you get access to be able to mint it free NFT, which can then become a rare or legendary NFT and whatnot, and allowing more and more people to, buy these gaming cards or whatever. But this just shows that NFTs, and I've said this before, we're still so early in the NFT space. There's so much innovation that can happen here because, imagine if you're a fan of something, and we know this in the history of humanity, when people are fans of comics, they want to own the first comic and they keep it sealed and whatnot. They want to have that proof of ownership, and this is where NFT is really going to grow and boom, is allowing people proof of ownership of collectible items. And this is what these guys are doing, and it's going to be coming out. I think they said about 7, I can't remember how many NFTs they're bringing out, but you can buy these cards for like $9.99 or $29 and then have a chance to get a very rare NFT. That's it from me from Adoption Highlight, guys. We'll bring Maddie back over for the market.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off there, Wasim. I was too trigger happy. All right, guys. So we have Bitcoin having a bit of a pullback. So for those of you guys that like using the RSI, a really simple, indicator on TradingView or any other sort of trading platform that you like to use. So what Bitcoin did was create a higher high in price over the last couple of weeks and a lower low on the RSI. So what that usually means, that is called a bearish divergence, hence why we're having a bit of a pullback right now. Right now, the Bitcoin price is hovering around the value area high of this entire sideways range. It has sort of been, flickering between a couple of prices. If I move my fixed price indicator, there we go. It's hit the nail on the head. And basically, we are now breaking down from the value area high. And we can see that if I do go into the 1 minute price range, we're probably seeing the price sort of about to cascade down. So where are my targets if we do close a 4-hour candle below 22,780? Well, the first point I would look for a bounce would be the 20-period moving average on the daily, which is this green line right now. It's currently sitting at around 22,500. So we might get a bounce from here, and then we may close back above the value area high, which would be very good. But if we do close a 4-hour candle below 22,780, I will expect Bitcoin to come back down and cruise to 21,200, which is the point of control of this entire sideways range. If we don't get a bounce from here, we will get a bounce from here. We might bounce here, come back up to the value area high, then come back down. But if this does not act as support, then we will eventually, unfortunately, come back down to at least 19,500, I do believe, which is the value area low of this entire sideways range. So right now, things are a little bit murky in regards to what Bitcoin wants to do. We do have a bit of support right now. If I do zoom into the 4-hour, these green boxes are areas where I was looking to take longs from. So I took a nice little long earlier this morning when we hit 22,800. We did pump up to about 23,500, and now we're coming back down. So I'm looking to possibly take another scalp long around this area, depending on the reaction of the market and volume. And then if that does not support, then obviously I've got my little green box, which is my long areas. If we do come back up, I feel that this area right here around 23,700 is a great short opportunity. But right now, things are kind of looking a bit shaky. So right now, if you're not in the market, I would not be buying or selling. You kind of just want to wait for a reaction of these support and resistance lines. Overall, we did get a bit of a bottoming out on the weekly. If I do chuck on the stochastic RSI, which sort of combines a bit of momentum and the RSI together, you can see that we are heading to the upside, which is a good thing. Normally, we will only see a bit of a reversal when we're at the midpoint, which we are now, or when we're in the overbought territory. So this is an area where we may see sort of Bitcoin roll over. We might see something like this where the moving averages do come back down. But if we're able to push through, I do still have a target around $26,500, $27,500, and then we might see then this topple over and we have more of a sell-off. I keep saying that I do not think that Bitcoin has bottomed out, even though a lot of indicators have shown that, purely for the fact that in this current economic climate, I think that this is the first real test of cryptocurrencies being in a recession, so to speak. So we might see more selling than anticipated, even though we've covered a lot of bottomed out indicators over the last, since we basically started the DC live stream. We've seen that we were close to a bottom. So guys, lots of interesting stuff going to happen in the market this week. So make sure you pay attention. I'm going to bring Wasim back in for a couple of updates. I know that we've got a couple of webinars happening in about 9 or so days. So Wasim, you want to tell everyone about the 1K day workshop?
Yeah, actually, the 1K day workshop is on the 17th and 18th. So it's a bit more than it's about 15 days. So it's just 2 weeks from now, guys. But definitely, if you are interested in learning and start to understand about cryptocurrencies and start, learning how you can, get involved in this, and obviously you want to come to our webinars and get an understanding of all the stuff that we're talking about, get a little bit of history, what's happened with money, why we are where we are today, and what the future looks like. I highly recommend, not everybody I speak to, you've got to spend at least a couple of hours learning about this space, because you don't want to be 10 years down the track like we are right now saying, hey, I wish I learned to Bitcoin 10 years ago. When Bitcoin's $500,000 or Bitcoin's $1 million in 10 years or so, whatever price it will be, people are going to say, I wish I bought Bitcoin was $20,000. Matt and I keep saying, I wish we bought Bitcoin was $100 now. So this is a great opportunity, guys. Get in there, learn, and we'd love to see you there.
Yeah, guys, we do have a free course. The link is below this, or it's on this video. So decryptingcrypto.com. Videos on what is Bitcoin, what is Ethereum, what is blockchain, how to earn a passive income, the power of compound interest, and much, much more. So if you don't have access yet, feel free to type that into your browser. Get yourself access to, I think it's about 20 or so videos, really good educational content that's going to keep you or get you up to speed on what the crypto market is all about. And we can't wait to see you inside our members portal. That's it.
Awesome, guys.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate you. Thank you for watching. We had lots of viewers today. We can't wait to see you again on Friday, same time for the DC live stream. That's it from us. We're out. Catch you next time.